When you think of Dubai, what are the first things that come to mind? Maybe it's the glittering skyscrapers that soar to dizzying heights, the flashy supercars driven by millionaires, and the enormous climate-controlled shopping malls that stock everything a person could possibly want. But there is more that you don't know. So welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're going to show you the dark side of the Dubai miracle. Although you could be relieved to find out that you can enjoy a week-long visit to Dubai at a fair price, that experience may leave a sour taste in your mouth. So here are some facts that show the dark side of Dubai. Number 1. Everything that appears and feels fake. Everything in Dubai feels artificial, empty and soulless, whether it's the endless shopping malls, the spotless streets, the eateries, or even the beach. Given that the city was built in the middle of the desert 50 years ago, there aren't many historic sites. And it could explain why there has been such a rapid expansion of tourist attractions all over the city, some of which are mediocre, such as the Burj Khalifa. Number 2 is La Mer. The Emiratis clearly worked hard to make their cash cow project the ultimate hipster tourist attraction. But sometimes you just can't hide deception and nonsense. While you take your gaze away from the fantasy and look at reality, you'll notice that these are just people like you and me, except they're suffering at our expense and doing their best to hide the pain on their faces. Number 3, Dubai is extremely hot and polluted. Do you know that the UAE is also one of the world's most polluted countries? The city becomes quite hazy due to the extreme heat, humidity and pollution, and the views are not as spectacular as shown in the photos. Number 4. Striking architecture everywhere. The rapid expansion of Dubai has resulted in an explosion of tourism. You'll see countless construction sites everywhere, as new skyscrapers rise around the city, each attempting to outdo the other in height and glitz. There is no escaping the fact that the massive expansion of Dubai metropolis, with all of its glimmering splendor, is the result of the literal blood, sweat, and tears of migrant workers trapped in modern slavery. Is it true that there are slaves in Dubai? Migrant workers make up more than 88.5% of UAE's population, with South Asian immigrants accounting for 42.5% of the workforce. These workers, who are mostly illiterate and impoverished villagers from rural communities in India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, respond to job advertisements and are lured to the UAE with the promise of $300 monthly salaries plus food and lodging in exchange for working 9 to 5, 5 days a week. But this is far from the case. The reality is that as soon as they arrive in the UAE, their passports are confiscated. They are told to work 14-hour shifts 6 to 7 days a week in 50 degrees Celsius heat, and they are promised only $175 per month. Workers are forced to live in filthy shanty towns on the outskirts of the desert, with 10 people in a room and 45 men sharing one outdoor bathroom. This is the definition of modern-day slavery, and it still exists in the UAE today. So how many slaves exist in Dubai? Due to the lack of human rights and protections for people in Dubai, it is impossible to know how many slaves are there. However, it's estimated that there are 3 million slave laborers in the UAE alone, but it gets worse from there. Not only do they have to live in such deplorable and inhumane conditions, but the agreed upon wages are almost never paid. With the average construction worker's monthly wage of $175, wages are frequently withheld for months to ensure workers don't quit. These foreign workers are suddenly confronted with the stark reality that it will be years before they can even begin to repay their recruiters' mounting debts, let alone send money to their families. And to that, the fact that these workers are forced to work in dangerous conditions without adequate safety equipment in 50 degrees heat, and that their passports have been confiscated, leaving them no way of returning to their loved ones at home, and this can only be described as modern slavery in Dubai. Is Dubai then built on slavery? The straightforward answer is yes. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it, so don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more of our incredible videos. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.